Namaste Ji. Welcome to a forest flow, a yin-yang forest flow. So today we'll start with more dynamic movements and then transitioning into the more yin and restorative, still poses. So to start with, please grab a block or blankets, roll the blankets, bolsters, cushions, whatever prop you would need to support yourself for the end of the practice. And join me on the mat in any comfortable sitting position. It can be kneeling, cross-leg position, sitting on the block. And close your eyes, relax the shoulders, face muscles, arms, and just focus on your spine and then the movement of your breath through the body, allowing the breath to be natural but in expansion. And whenever you're ready, using your hands, maybe little fists, you can start tapping the back of your body. So the sacrum, the kidney area. Take your time and explore all the places that feel sensitive or maybe a little bit numb. Then try to go up as much as you can. Mid-back, and then go through the sides and start tapping gently onto your belly, maybe hips, and then let's go up all the way to the heart center and the lungs, the sides of the chest. And then go to the shoulders. And let's tap along our arms. So the top of the arm and then the inner part of your arms. And through the shoulder again. Then maybe one side of the neck. You can even extend the arm, the passive arm out to the side. So you have one long line from the head tilted a little bit, the neck and the arm. Then go all the way to the head, top of the head, and then go down and start tapping the other shoulder and arm. Maybe tilting the head, stretching while tapping. And finishing with the top of the arm, inner arm. And then let's come back to stillness and bring our hands to the heart center. You can bring them palms together or maybe palms flat on your chest. Feel your heartbeat for a moment. Feel the movement of the breath. Observe. Maybe it's a little bit faster or deeper, slower. And then bringing your hands back to the ground, let's come to standing, but let's take our time. So slowly first extend the legs while keeping your spine bent, and then slowly bending the knees and roll the spine really slowly. Head last, and roll the shoulders back 3 times. Keeping a long spine and a nice slow breath. And from here we'll be simply rebounding. So you can jump if you have this energy and if you feel that the joints are fine. And if you feel a little bit sensitive or you don't want to jump, you can just rebound, just bringing the heels up and keeping the toes on the ground. Don't forget to keep your knees bent so you have a bit more stability and better rebound. The arms are really passive. The shoulders are also relaxed and just going up and down with the movement of the jumps. And the face muscles are relaxed. And let's come back to stillness. Come back to center. And here, open your feet wider, much wider. Keep the knees bent, and from the core, so from the hips and the strength of the core, we'll start twisting with passive spaghetti arms. I call them the spaghetti arms, that are tapping your lower abdomen, so really good for digestion, and also tapping the back, lower back where your kidneys are. So this is really good for the season as well, a little bit of support for the kidneys, the water element in yin yoga, and the reserves of your chi, your vital energy. So let's awaken a little bit of an energy that could be dormant through the winter. Keep a nice long spine, and then slow down the movement and come back to center. Nice. Let's come to the front of our mats. Feet together or slightly apart for better stability. Tadasana. Shoulders are relaxed. Your back is neutral and long. And from here on the inhale, let's raise arms up and the right knee is coming up as well to 90 degrees. Strong left leg. And on the exhale, send the arms back and the right foot back to Warrior One. So Virabhadrasana A. Open the chest, look up a little bit, spinal extension. And on the exhale, open your arms out, rotate the right foot, maybe adjust a little bit, bend the front knee and come to Virabhadrasana B, Warrior Two. Look to the left fingertips and arch the back, so try to reduce that space in the lower abdomen and open the sternum up. Keeping the left knee to the side. And on the next inhale, bring the left palm facing up and then reverse your warrior. So send the left arm to the back, opening the left side. And you can keep the right arm alongside the right leg, or even come behind your body and maybe grab the left thigh and hip. Keep breathing, open the chest, don't collapse. And on the next exhale, open the arms again to the sides and extend the left leg, the front leg. Inhale, extend the spine with straight legs. And exhale, let's come to Trikonasana. So first, bend forward a little bit, still looking to the front, and then bringing the left hand to the left, maybe foot, maybe ankle, and opening the chest, look to the right palm. Don't collapse on the front leg. You can even keep the left knee slightly bent and keep a strong, nice back leg. Okay, and on the next inhale, let's come back up and let's face forward. So rotate the left foot so that both of your feet are looking to the side of the mat. Both arms up, look up. You can bring your palms together. Inhale here and exhale, extension of the spine. So go back a little bit, engage the glutes. Keep the lumbar area protected and long. And on the exhale, bend from hinge from the hips and come to a forward fold. This forward fold, you can either keep your hands to the center or maybe grab your big toe, grab your ankle and bend the elbows to come forward a little more. Keeping a long neck and spine. And then inhale, come all the way up, arms through the sides and up. And from here, let's come to Trikonasana onto the other side. So rotate the right toes to the back of the mat. Open your arms to the side. And from here, let's bend to the back of the mat a little bit. And bringing the right arm to the right toes. Maybe a slight bend in the knee, keeping long legs with an open pelvis. And looking to the sky. Really nice. Then bend the right leg strongly and come back up to Virabhadrasana B, so Warrior 2. Normally your feet should be placed. You can make sure that your pelvis is not tilted, so just try to make it neutral a little bit by activating the glutes, making it really flat and nice. Arms open to the sides and look to the right fingertips. So make sure that your right knee is really kept to the side, is not collapsing like this. Long spine. And from here, let's reverse our warrior. So the right palm is facing to the sky and then bend backwards, opening the right side of the body, maybe bending the knee a little bit more, looking to the sky or the right fingertips. And the left arm is alongside the left leg, or maybe like a half bind behind your back, grabbing the right hip. Nice. Now exhale, come back to Warrior 2. And on the inhale, rotate on the left toes and come to facing the back of the mat and both arms up into high lunge or even Virabhadrasana A. So whatever is the most comfortable. Here in Virabhadrasana A, the back foot is 45 degrees and the hip will be slightly open. Just try to keep your chest looking to the front. Inhale here. And on the next exhale, bring the arms like a half circle back and then bring your body weight to the front and lift the left knee to 90 degrees. And on the next exhale, bring the left foot to the ground, find stability. And on the next inhale, bend the knees, bring the hips down, brush your arms, and go all the way to Utkatasana, chair pose. Look in between your fingertips, keeping a nice long back. And then on the exhale, let's come all the way down to sitting. Very nice. From here, with extended legs on the mat, you can just shake your legs, make little rotations, so internal and external rotation. Just try to make the movement come from the legs, so from the thighs. Like the thighs are directing your movement. So you have a nice little rotation in the hips, keeping a nice long spine. Then stop the movement. And bring your feet together in Baddha Konasana. So butterfly pose. Here you can either sit on a block or take a bolster or anything that you might need for support. So either underneath your knees, allowing the knees to go and collapse to the ground gently without too much pressure on the joints. So this posture will be not beneficial to people with sciatica. So unless you have sciatica or knee issues, you should be fine. And we'll be staying in our first yin pose here. So here I really like to remove the flesh from my buttocks, so I have my sitting bones nicely touching the ground. And before collapsing, take a long inhale, allowing the spine to extend to the sky, and then exhale and bend forward. Here, go as low as you can. You can take your bolster vertically so you can support your head, or take a block, or whatever is good for you, and we'll hold the posture for a couple of minutes. So butterfly pose is in yin yoga associated to winter, because it will be targeting so not only our muscles and joints, so of course the hips, the lumbar and our abductors, but also this will be targeting organs, so reproductive organs, as well as a nice stretch for the kidneys. Kidneys being, as I've said, water element and our reserve of vital energy, so very precious for the winter times. I invite you to stay as still as possible. The key principle of yin yoga being stillness in the pose, as well as the duration of the pose. So staying still for a few minutes, allowing the body to take the shape of the pose without forcing. And also not going to a maximum of sensations or capacities of your body. So don't try to go to 100% of your ability to go in the pose. Just go a little less so you're really comfortable in the pose. The sensation should be in the glutes, hips, inside of the legs, and a little bit of stretch of the lower back. So if you feel any pain here in the knees or anything, just try to, come back up a little bit or support your knees. Otherwise, stay there and allow your body to trust this pose. The breath is natural, slow, and generous. And on the next inhale, you can raise your forearm, use your hands pressing on the ground, and lift your chest, spine, coming back up, bringing then the knees together and extending the legs. So straight legs on the mat. You can take the block to the side and then roll to your belly. And once that you are onto the belly, let's come into Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose is an easy back bend, let's say. So extension of the spine. So the main target here will be the spine, a little bit of the, mostly the lumbar area. So a little bit of chest opening as well, in a very gentle way. So your elbows should be more or less in line with your shoulders. The legs are straight. The belly is fully in contact with the ground. So you're not lifting too much. And if you don't have any issue with the lumbar area, or if you don't have, main belly issues or pregnancy, you should be totally fine in this pose. Very nice. So if you can stay here with fully straight legs, slightly open, not too much, but that can help, opening the legs out a little bit to make space for the lumbar. In the lumbar area. So that's a light compression on the lower back. Very good to stimulate the kidneys once again. And we'll stay here for another couple of minutes. So if you need to find some more comfort, or if you have very sensitive lower back, just go down a little bit, stay very much low. So you can take a block, you can take a cushion, and you can just gently bring your forehead onto the block or bolster or rolled up blanket. Don't collapse too much the shoulders, but don't actively force the opening of the shoulders. Relax the glutes, relax the legs, and close your eyes here. This is a very gentle spinal extension. Really good to work once again on the kidney area with minimum effort. Relax the neck and relax your face muscles. Feel the breath in your abdominal area, which is compressed. So notice the other ways, the other path that your breath takes. You should feel it slightly differently in the rib cage and lower back. The expansion takes different ways, but the expansion doesn't stop. Here, if you'd like to focus on a little mantra, that is the moment, I invite you to repeat internally this mantra, if that, resonates with you. The mantra being, I trust my vital energy. I trust my vital energy. And on the next inhale, we'll lift our foreheads, especially if you have foreheads resting on a prop. And slowly using your hands and then your hips, let's roll back onto our backs. And here you can take a last pose if you'd like, or come directly into Shavasana. But if you have slightly sensitive lower back, I invite you to come to Ananda Balasana. Ananda Balasana is the supine child pose. So knees to the chest. You can either keep your hands onto the knees and make gentle movements, or you can open your legs to 90 degrees with knees slightly more open to the sides, to the shoulder direction. And maybe you stay there, or hands holding the back of the thighs. Or maybe you want to come to the full posture, so hands through the inside of the legs. We'll be catching our ankles while keeping the legs as much as possible to 90 degrees, and the surface of your back is fully in touch with the mat. So trying to keep from the sacrum, lower back, mid back, upper back and shoulders flat on the mat. And then whenever you're ready, release the pose and come to Shavasana, opening your legs to the width of the mat. Maybe shake your hips a little bit, then arch your lower back, slightly posterior pelvis tilt, and rest your hands either to the sides of the body, palms facing up, or maybe hands onto your groin or hips. Relax the shoulders. Keep your eyes closed. And just stay with the breath. Allowing the breath to travel to every part of the body like a river, bringing deep relaxation to every muscle, organ, joint, ligament. I invite you to stay as long as you wish in Shavasana, and see you for the next practice. Namaste. Thank you very much for your time and your presence.